Good evening, YouTube. This is LA Prepper here, and I'm gonna do a service for you today, YouTube. I'm gonna show you how to edit a video in, what am I using today? Corel. We're gonna use Corel. But first, we gotta do some screen cap stuff because Mr. Pervy Prepper had to one-up me, just had to one-up me, had to raise me. He's that guy, when you get a full house and you raise like $2,000, he comes back all in and you're just like, this guy right here. Study up on how to use screen recording programs. Study up on. Give me a break. This is how you use a screen cap program. You hit record, and I chose region, so I'm going to choose this little region, and now I'm recording stuff in this region. Then I hit stop, then I save the file, and life is good. Okay, so let's do a quick screen cap to add to this video that I'm going to create, which may or may not even make sense when it's all said and done. But that's not the point. Okay, so let's pretend we're doing a video on YouTube Analytics. So we're going to go to Creator Studio, Analytics, and I'm going to load this. Average view duration, watch time. So I would talk about this stuff, click on some graphs. You know, I'm trying very hard to not, maybe that's not the right way of putting it. Trying to focus on providing valuable content to the community, but every time I see how many views this high point video has, it makes me just want to make a high point video just for the hell of it, right? But I don't have anything meaningful to talk about the high point right now. I already talked about going to the range, I think, a couple months ago, or a month ago, or whatever it was. Maybe it was just a couple weeks ago. I don't have any new sites on it. I haven't gone to the range recently. So at any rate. So let's go ahead and end our screen cap. Let's save this on the desktop. We'll call it YouTube Analytics V1. Because I'm an engineer and everything has a version. Oops. I'll lose that suffix there. It'll cause real problems. Alright, so now we got the screen cap video. Now in this instant, I'm not trying to sync the audio. Syncing the audio, I recommend you clap 3 times, but the thing you have to keep in mind is if you're not recording audio on both things, you're not going to have any audio to sync to. So for example, I was only recording video on that screen cap, so I'm going to have to be a little bit more careful about syncing up what I'm talking about to the video. Now it could be, maybe you can think about that backwards. Technically you don't have to be as precise, but it's a little more challenging to sync it up because you don't have any auditory clues unless you're saying things like, I'm going to move the mouse all the way to the left, or let me go over here and click on analytics, and when the mouse moves over, you're saying that, right? So as you're watching this video, you're probably going to start to understand why I don't do a lot of video editing. It only takes a minute or so for my video editing program to wake up here. This is a really old laptop. It's a good laptop. It works. But it's really old. Now let me go ahead and desktop. Go ahead and open YouTube Analytics. So the thing is, we need to put this video, so we can do a couple things, right? This is the main track here, video track. We can use this video by itself and maybe put the audio that I'm recording on the video I'm shooting on my cell phone right now over the top. We could put that down here in the music track, we could put it in the voice track. It's kind of up to you. What you're probably going to end up doing and I kind of want like another video. I'll just use an effect. It's kind of a bad example. It'd be better to use a video example, but since I don't have one I want to use right now, I'll just go ahead and use this. So let's make this a little bit longer. So let's say this bright green graphic represents the normal video content you're doing. This represents an overlay. So an overlay is just a simple word for, I gotta get the right one. Oh, that's not the right one. An overlay is a simple word for a track that you put on top of another track. Now, put this track basically wherever you want. You can size it however you want. You could have it come over the whole page. You can have different tracks. So let's say, for example, you were going to do a news story and you wanted two graphics. Let's say you had this graphic, and let's just grab another color here because it doesn't really matter for the sake of demonstration. Now, this bar down here represents the video, and it represents, like each little frame, right? How long, when you have something like a video, you can't just kind of increase or decrease the length unless you're trying to change the speed, which is kind of different. But with a graphic, something that's non-animated, just a picture, the length of it indicates how long it's on the screen, which I'll kind of show you real quick. So let's say I only want the graphic on the screen this much, then the video plays, graphic comes on, video goes past it, graphic goes off, right? But in the case of this overlay, because it's a video, you're just getting the different video as I'm going along, right? So the green screen would be the video of me talking about this, talking about what I'm doing, or perhaps if I'm just doing a voiceover, like I said, then I might just go full screen with this and just overdub, just put my audio on this track. Now keep in mind, if you want to grab audio from a video track, you're typically going to need to import it as a video into your software. You might have software that's advanced enough that it'll rip audio from a video without having to import it, but I will leave that up to you. For example, I don't think I can do it from an overlay, no, but if I put this back up in the main video track, I can right click on it and say, where is it? Oh, it didn't have any audio because I didn't record it with audio, but if I had recorded it with audio, I would be able to click split audio, and that would take what I was recording on the cell phone, the audio track, down into an audio file, and it would leave the video track here. So if I want to delete the video track, then I can do that thing, right? So back to our little presentation, we'll have a couple graphics. I have one graphic over here. Put this graphic over here. In fact, we're actually going to add, oops, not that one. We're going to add another overlay track because I want them to appear, let's say, at the same time, okay? So if I don't want them to appear at the same time, I can put them both up here, and we go from this one, then we go for that one. But if I do want them to appear at the same time, I either have to put, okay, let me back up. I could make a new picture that has both of them, but if I want them to appear and disappear at different times, but also potentially at the same time, then I have to make another overlay track. Not that complicated once you start messing around with it, but for example, if I want these two to overlap just a little bit in the middle, I could do a couple things. I could transition them. Like I could just put them together and do a transition like this. Like I could overlap them, and then I'll automatically get some type of transition, which in this case is like a fade or something. Oh, that's a weird, I don't even know what kind of fade that is. Okay, that's like the photo album fade. That's kind of, I don't even know. Let's choose slide, so you can just take the slide. Oh, come on. At least I thought you could. Try it again. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. I have overtaxed my laptop. Oh, this is bad. See, Pervy? You see it? Oh, there we go. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so we're going to dissolve from one graphic into the other. Oh, still doing storybook. Interesting. Let's try this again. There we go. It was not registering it. I don't know why. God, and it's still chugging. Good Lord. Stop chugging. Holy crap. Wow, so you can see, Pervy, it took me like 20 seconds to add a transition to this video. This video is all of, well, sort of 16 seconds of real video and a minute of graphics. Now, granted, I could use another video editing software. This one is kind of inexpensive. Maybe a little more modern version of software might render just a tad faster. Let's go back to my example. Let's have the graphics overlay just a little bit more. And let me scroll to where they're both up here so I can kind of do a little bit of sizing. And now we'll go back to the project all the way to the beginning. In fact, let's start with no graphics, and then we'll have one come in and then the second one come in. So go back to the project, go all the way back to the beginning. So this could be like the main video or the background or something. And then we have graphic number one just kind of pops up. I could have it dissolve in, I think, from that color if I so wanted it to. In fact, that's a really good exercise, just out of curiosity. I'm going to take this one out just so it doesn't take forever, but let's try going back to graphics. So green on green, you're not going to be able to tell, right? Because it's green. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this over here behind this, so to speak. I mean, it's not really on top, but it's just in front of it. And then I'm going to cross this over like that. And we're going to go to our graphics, our dissolves. We'll add a slide here. And now this graphic should slide in from the green, theoretically. Well, that was kind of an interesting. Sorry. Let's try dissolve. Maybe dissolve is a little more. Slide was not a good idea. There we go. Hey, you know, it's kind of cheesy, but so at any rate, you know, this is a minute long. Let's see, just out of curiosity. In fact, I will make it exactly about a minute. Let's go ahead and take this video and we'll pop it over here. We'll move it over there. Man, this is going to be a train wreck of a video. And let's pop in. Oh, sure, why not? So that's not really a lot going on. This is a minute of video, 3 videos, couple dissolves, not really a big deal. Create video file. MPEG optimizer, that's fine. Desktop, test, render, grown. Oh, this program's about to make a liar out of me. why. My computer's been running faster than it has previously. Oh, you know, not having audio probably helps a lot. Because usually there is audio. That was actually surprisingly very quick to render. Let's see if I can give you a little better demonstration of what I'm talking about, because that's a little embarrassing. Let's try adding... let's try doing this. How long is this video? A little bit longer. It does have audio. Graphics wise, just add a couple graphics for, you know, I don't know why, because graphics. This one over here. In fact, let's go ahead and split this video. Drag some of it down here. Then we will split this again. You know, super basic stuff that really, I mean, you might have several dozen splits if you're really doing some editing. Put this one over there. This one can go up here. Yeah, sure. So let's get back to share. Video render test grown 2. So this is less than a 3-minute video. And it's not, you know... Okay, so maybe it's not going to take a half an hour for this to render, but it's going to take a good like 15 minutes or so, or 20 minutes. And... you know, maybe what I'll try to do is like make 1 or 2 higher production videos during the week. It would probably be better to make fewer higher production videos than more lower production videos, but I really do enjoy making videos, and I feel like if I had to go through this every single time I made a video, I just wouldn't make as many videos, I wouldn't talk about as much stuff. And, you know, a big part of me thinks... Okay, granted, the screen cap stuff that I do with the cell phone is a little ghetto. I completely understand that, and I don't exactly relish doing it, but at the same time, if I talk about something on screen for like 20 seconds, showing you 20 seconds of professionally screen captured video is going to take me 15 minutes of rendering. So that's kind of like what I'm getting at. It's not that I don't know how to do it or that I'm like unwilling to do it because I don't have the technology. It's that I can't do a lot of other stuff when my computer's doing this. Maybe I could upload a video, maybe I could respond to some comments, but for example, I can't edit a video when I'm rendering this. I can't kind of like... I'm really not trying to do a lot of stuff when my computer's rendering just because I probably could and things wouldn't, you know, the sky wouldn't fall, but I'm going to end this video before this video stops rendering. It's not like I'm going to upload the video anyways, but I'm not pervy. I don't hate video editing, and I don't hate the idea of, you know, having more professionally produced videos, but you just got to understand I'm not always trying to take like 5, 10, 15, 20-minute breaks to kind of... You know, I don't feel like I would use a lot of the production stuff. You know, maybe I would have a graphic or an intro, or maybe I would pull a picture like once in a while, but I just, you know, I don't know. I see a lot of YouTube channels kind of, they get to this high production thing, and then every video that's so highly produced, it kind of, I feel like it loses its luster a little bit. My favorite videos, to be honest, my favorite type of videos are the kind of really low produced ones, but the creator focuses a lot on content. Like there's this guy that, well, for example, Prepper Nurse One, right? Prepper Nurse One uses his cell phone, makes great videos. I love his videos because of the content, right? He's always at his homestead. He's always like chopping wood or working on the solar panels or talking about the heat or the power going out or the snow. Like you really get a sense. And I gotta admit, I generally don't even like I don't even like the selfie view, but for some reason when Prepper Nurse does it, because he's kind of a humble guy, you don't like it's not like, oh hey, I'm doing a selfie prepping video, blah blah blah. It's a lot it's more like he's just sharing his life with you. He just happens to be doing it in the kind of classic selfie camera holding way. And I don't mean to pick on him for holding his cell phone like that, you know. I'm using a $2 tripod, right? So that's one channel that I really enjoy watching that has very and like Prepper Bob's another great example. Not wasting energy on production, even though I gotta admit, Prepper Bob does have a banner on the bottom, so he is editing his videos. He's spending more time on it than I am, that's for sure. But I love his videos because of what he's talking about, and the life that he's sharing. There's another guy that talks about firearms, all sorts of firearms. He wears I can't remember his name, but he wears kind of like a big Carhartt jacket, and he's always like up in the Sierras, or it looks like he's up in the Sierra Nevadas or something like that, high mountain ranges, alpine mountain range. And it's just like him in the forest talking about firearms and shooting firearms. And he has a tripod, and it's very, very low budget. But he's consistent, right? He has a consistent quality as far as he knows a lot about firearms, so he's given really in-depth videos. And he covers a lot of different topics, a lot of interesting things. So, Pervy, I'll try to figure out some way I can add a little bit of production value once in a while. I don't mind spending a little bit of time and energy on the video editing, but at the same time, I don't know, maybe I just need to suck it up. If I only make 5-minute videos and I keep the editing relatively simple, then, maybe it's worth, maybe I'll just make some food while the video's rendering and try to deal with it. I do need to take steps to take my channel to the next level. I haven't quite figured out what those are, but there are definitely steps that are going to be taken. So there you have it. If any of you on YouTube have any interest in more advanced video techniques, I'm not an expert, but for example, if you wanted to mess around with some chroma key stuff or green screen, we could get into that. That's always fun when you, let's see here. Color, no. Where is it? I'm missing. Where's my chroma key? No, it's not color correction. Man, where did it go? I'm losing my mind here. Oh, because it's not an over... Man, shows you how rusty I am. I'm embarrassed. It's because it's not an overlay. You can only color correct the overlays. Alright, where the heck is it? Graphics? No. I know there's a... Here. Man. Oh, options. That's what I'm screwing up. Here we go. Mask and chroma key. So, if I wanted to... For example, stay tuned next time for a more in-depth look at chroma key, but if I wanted to make all this green go away, I would grab that. Oops, I would grab this. Oh, gosh. This is too complicated that's not a good color to see clearly. I'm really struggling here. Okay, let's pick a different color because the forest is already green. I'm going to wrap this video up real soon. I just want to give you a quick glimpse of the chroma key, because chroma key is how you do the green screen stuff, like I've been bugging Prepper Bob about. In fact, oh, I shouldn't, but I could. Stay tuned for a green screen chroma key video update. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.